It's time to predict the scores for game week 32 of this 2023-2024 championship season. Stay tuned to the end of this video to find out who was top scorer in game week 31. But we'll jump straight into it. Games taking place on Tuesday the 13th and Wednesday the 14th of February. And we start off at St Andrews, where Birmingham City take on Blackburn Rovers, who had their first win in at least 7 matches last time out, with a great 3-1 win against Stoke City. Birmingham find themselves in 19th position, just 2 places below Blackburn, so a real tight one, kind of a 6-point you could say. A woeful display and score against Sheffield Wednesday. Do you know what? I think Birmingham will score, but I think Blackburn, a little bit of resurgency there, can see them come away with a 2-1 win. Then we go to top of the table, Leicester City, taking on 23rd position Sheffield Wednesday, who had that lovely win against Birmingham. However, Leicester, they're just going to steamroll Sheffield Wednesday in this one. I can see a 3-0 home win. We then journey over to Carrow Road, where Norwich take on Watford. Both of these teams trying to get into the playoff berths, aren't they? Norwich with a 2-2 draw against QPR, disappointingly. And as it to be expected, Watford with a defeat against Leicester in game week 31. In this one, another tight match, but I think Norwich will come away with all 3 points in a 2-1 victory. We then go to Rotherham, where the Millers take on Hull City. Hull surprisingly beaten at home by Swansea in the last fixture, and unsurprisingly, Rotherham losing 3-0 to Leeds in this one. I think it's going to be tight again, but I think Hull will come away with the spoils in a 1-0 away win. We then journey to South Wales, with the Jacks of Swansea City take on Leeds United. Leeds, 6 wins on the bounce. Swansea, a good little win against Hull City in this one, but I think Leeds will come away with all 3 points in this one in a 2-0 win. We then head across the Severn Bridge to Bristol, City taking on Southampton. Southampton 2-0 down in that match against Huddersfield, in a cracker of a match where they won 5-3 against Huddersfield in the end. And Bristol City coming through a very good 2-1 win against Middlesbrough in this one. Bristol score, I think they will, but I think Southampton, the real deal at the moment, don't they? So I'm going to go for a 3-1 away win to the Saints. Then we move to the Hawthorns, with West Brom take on Cardiff City. Cardiff just can't seem to score or create many too clear-cut chances at the moment, and it was a bit of a smash and grab raid by Preston to win 2-0. West Brom getting that 2-2 draw against Ipswich, where they could have actually won that match. In this one, I think the Bluebirds probably a little bit better away from home at the moment, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, surprisingly you might say, in that match. Then we see Huddersfield take on Sunderland at John Smith Stadium. Huddersfield capitulated, you could say, a little bit against Southampton, and Sunderland a good 3-1 win against Plymouth. In this one, I can't see Huddersfield losing this one, can't see them winning either, so I am going to go for a 1-1 draw. Plymouth back at home against Coventry, who had a fine 2-1 win against Millwall, coming from behind in that match. And Plymouth away from home, they're not that great, but at home they're pretty decent. In this one, I think it'll be goals, but I think it's going to end up 2-2. Then we move to Deepdale, where Preston take on Middlesbrough. Preston looked decent in their last match, in their last couple of matches in fact, and I can see them running out 2-1 winners here. Middlesbrough without a win in their last 3 matches. Then we move to the Bet365 Stadium, where Stoke City, 4 defeats on the bounce, take on a QPR team who are, without a loss in their last 4 matches. In this one, end up in a draw or a win to QPR. I think it's going to end up in another draw here, 1-1. Then we move to the final fixture of this game week, where Millwall take on Ipswich Town. Ipswich just the 1 defeat in 7. Millwall kind of threw it away, didn't they, against Coventry City. Could end up in a draw this one, or a win to the home side. You know what? I fancy Millwall It's an evening match. I think they're going to come away with a 2-1 victory. So that concludes my predictions for game week 32. Back in game week 31, top scorer with a lovely score of 15.5 points. It's Ferris 77, who's near the top of the leaderboard as well. I'd just like to say that Newtone Abbey 11 and Tyab 786 also came away with great scores of 15 points. But as I said, Ferris 77 now on 325.5 points, just 2.5 points behind Alex Cochrane. He's sort of clawing his way back up there at the top of the table, but it is Alex still top of the shop on those 328 points. So guys, make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. As usual, link in the description below. Enjoy your midweek fixtures in the Championship, and I'll see you all in the next video.